So these children don't even get the opportunity to study. So what should we do? We should say no to child labor and yes to education. Whatever possible for us, we should help those children who can't support themselves financially by providing them books, the old books that you don't need or the old clothes that we don't need. We should give them that, and we should also see if we could do anything that they needs so that they could get the opportunity to study also. And you know what is the best way that anyone could teach someone when the other person does not get any opportunity? That is storytelling, and we will come to it. So in child labor in India, you can see 1% people beg, while 7% child actually do dishwashing, some do cleaning, some do car washing. We will see to this car washing scenario, this car washing thing in our chapter also. Shoe polishing, bottle collection and selling and wood collection, all these things are also included in child labor. So the babies are forced sometimes to work, and so we should say no to all these things, and we should help them as much as possible for us. So when you find anyone, actually when we can find anyone who is unable to study, we should do what? Help them. And in this story we will see that the the woman who is writing the story, she will tell stories in order to teach those underprivileged, marginalized boys who works. Through storytelling, we get the opportunity to learn new vocabulary, improve learning skills, enhances listening, introduce culture, innovation and skill, expansion of our knowledge, and emotional encouragement is also there. A development is also there. And bedtime stories actually gives us very much relaxation, and the TVs and the smartphones that are used nowadays, which does not provide us a good knowledge except for the study area, are also kept aside when someone tells a story, and mainly is relaxation. So the relaxation of mind is done when someone tells a story and we listens to it, when we listen to it. So we will see how a desert is there, how desert diamonds are also there. What are desert diamonds? Desert diamonds are considered crystalline semi-precious quartz. So this is a type of stones that are found in desert. They are not subjected to discoloration. Their color does not fade. Neither they crack or they wear and tear. Neither they break so much due to time. And desert diamonds are like cubic zirconia. This is also a type of stone. They keep their color well and are resistant to scratching. So we know diamond. In short, I can tell you that desert diamonds are a type of precious stones which don't crack and wear, which is not subjected to discoloration, and which is just like cubic zirconia, which is also a type of semi-precious stones. The color of desert diamonds are also kept well. But the difference is cubic zirconia is manufactured while desert diamonds are naturally occurring. The stones are not mined like traditional gems. They are not mined, okay? They are not found by the laborers who dig them, and when their coal minings are done, diamond comes out. That is not the same process of getting the desert diamond. But how are desert diamond found? Desert diamonds are harvested in the desert. They are found in the desert itself, and we will see that how this desert diamond is found in the story also. So the desert diamond are semi-precious stones. They are not subjected to discoloration. They don't crack so much. They are like cubic zirconia, which is also a type of semi-precious stones. But cubic zirconia is manufactured while desert diamonds are found naturally. They are not mined, okay? But where are they found? Though the story is Indian, but in originality, these diamonds are harvested, found in Saudi Arabia, mainly in Riyadh. Okay, they can also be found in Kuwait and United Arab Emirates, so UAE. So mainly in Saudi Arabia, these diamonds are naturally found in desert. So we will see to desert, we will see to desert diamonds, we will see how storytelling can change someone's life. A hardworking laborer's life has changed through the storytelling done by someone, and we will also see that how we should also help those type of children, and how we should also do not support child labor, instead work against it. So this is the connectivity of the today's reality with the chapter, and we will see to it when we begin the chapter.